guys, I'm back with another little update for you guys. I'm gonna talk at you for a minute today. Um, with everything going on, it's like I've seen so many people really struggling with a lot of aspects, worrying about the situation. Like will they catch it? Will their loved ones catch it? Um, Going without things that they need because the grocery store is out, worrying about their financial situation, just generally suffering in their mental health state because they're stuck indoors during this period of isolation. And some of these people are stuck completely alone without friends or roommates or, spouses or kids. Um, so I started a new Instagram account and I made like a Facebook page too. It's called Not So Great Depression. Um, I made it as like a play on words because I want to share some stuff about mental health, but I also want to share like depression era or like that type of stuff, tips and tricks and recipes, uh, because I've been using those kind of like techniques around my home in my kitchen for quite some time now because I'm broke. I have been broke. Going without isn't new to me. And I've always made it work, and I've always had like an absolutely delightful time doing it. Like, it was very upsetting at first to make that shift. But once I did, I think it's a lot of fun now to do what I can with what I've got. So, definitely head on over to those pages and give a follow if that's something you're interested in. And then, as for the mental health aspect, we'll explore all over the board. But today, I wanted to just make a video to talk a little bit about isolation. Now, there'll be more like advicey type of stuff in the future, and more encouragement. Um, but this particular video, um, I I want to be careful it doesn't get taken the wrong way. This is not me saying suck it up, Buttercup, and this is not me saying my problems are worse. But I think that whenever we experience something that other people deal with, we have a really unique opportunity to experience a whole new type of empathy that we couldn't experience before. And that's what I want to talk about today. And I want to talk about new parents, especially stay at home parents. So, um, like, when you have a newborn, that whole thing about social isolation that everyone's going through right now, that's pretty much what you experience. Now, the difference is that, like, of course, you can go out, like, it's not like it's illegal or it's not like there's, like, any kind of interference. It's not like you personally have to worry about your own self getting sick. But in terms of health concerns, it's very scary when you have a newborn. That baby can catch all kinds of things, and something that could be so minor to you or to the person who's going to Walmart sick could kill the baby. And so it's no joke. On top of that, let's talk about the logistics of going out with a newborn. When that baby, firstly, you've got to be able to get the stroller around, right? If it's anywhere that you're walking, you have to be able to get the stroller around, or you're going to have to baby wear. Baby wearing is great, but not always practical. Like, baby wearing while grocery shopping sounds easy, and I have done it, but listen, you're not getting everything you need if you're wearing a baby. You cannot reach. It's like being pregnant, but up higher even. Yeah, no, it's easier said than done. So baby wearing, eh. Then let's talk about like stroller accessibility. So, um, that, and it's funny because like I said that each opportunity gives you a chance to be more empathetic. Using a stroller taught me to learn empathy and to actually like look out for people who are in wheelchairs. And I learned how many places aren't truly wheelchair accessible just because they have a handicap entrance or because they have handicap parking doesn't mean that they're wheelchair accessible. doesn't mean you can get around comfortably in that sort of a place. So again, like, the places that you go are truly limited. And then, like, back to the grocery shopping example, you're like, oh, we can just take the baby in the carrier. First of all, the car seat is heavy. That is no joke. Like, your shoulder will be wrecked. Secondly, something that, and I did take my baby in the car seat a lot, but I did not know this back then. Babies can very easily suffocate if you sit them down in the car seat on a flat surface. When the car seat latches into the base, it's on an incline, and so that baby is like this, not this. When the baby is like this, which is what happens when you sit them on the floor or in a chair or in the shopping cart, their lungs can very easily collapse. It's not a position babies are meant to lay in. So, and even if you put the baby in the car seat, in the shopping cart, where do your groceries go? You are only getting a few things, okay? So what I'm saying is that getting out becomes very limited and very difficult. And if you're a single parent, even more so, because it's not like you're waiting all day for a spouse to come home and then you're going, you know, like, you're doing this on your own. So you're worrying about your kid's health, so you're avoiding going out. Logistically, it's just hard to get around with a baby. And then on top of that, let's talk about, like, the emotional and social feelings of isolation that you go through as a new parent, again, especially as a stay-at-home parent, because stay-at-home parents aren't interacting with anyone. And you go from, like, we're social humans, so you go from spending every day in the office to going home and there being no adult, much like what you're all going through right now. It sounds like, oh, cool, I'll spend some time alone, when in actuality, it is immediately, like, extremely lonely. The silence is, like, deafening. And when you have a baby, there's no time to, like, just be depressed, right? Because you've got someone's life in your hands. Like, you don't get to just lay in bed all day or whatever it is that, you know, you might feel like you need or want to do, because you have to get up and feed that little creature and wipe their butt and give them a bath and, you know, do tummy time and all of that. So, yeah, it's an extremely isolating experience to just go from one day all of a sudden having no peers, none, around you. And there are a lot of things that you can do as a new parent to combat this. Some of them are the same as things that you guys can do in isolation now, and some of them are different. And I'll share, you know, on my podcast, my parenting podcast, we share a lot about dealing with that kind of stuff. And I've shared things in the past about things like finding a mom group if you're a stay-at-home mom, or even if you're a stay-at-home dad. And I will share things on the page in the future for that I come up with. For example, I said podcast. Listen to podcasts is a great way to, it's not the same as having human interaction, but it's a great way to still at least get one aspect of that, right? And so I'll share as much as I can think on those pages as that comes, and maybe there will be more videos on here. You know, I really don't know. I've just started this. But this video today, honestly, really and truly, the point of this is for, that I wanted to say to you guys, take an opportunity while you're in this isolation to lean into how this feels and really feel it and observe it. And I hope that you will take this to heart once we're all out of isolation, once we're back to normal life. I hope that next time that one of your friends has their first child, I hope that you will just ask them, hey, can I come over and make dinner for you, or hold your kid while you shower? Or next time that you are in a restaurant or you're at a store, or like especially at Target, or, wherever it is you might be, and you see a mom or a dad on their own struggling with a baby, and maybe they've got a lot of bags, you offer to carry those bags, or you see them trying to calm the baby, while something else is going on, do what you can to go over and just I know it feels shy and everything, but I want you to know that those things mean so much, because I want you, while you're in isolation, to think to yourself, all right, I've been alone all day long and I feel lonely and I just don't feel stimulated and I just don't feel important. And I don't feel unique or enriched. And I want you to lean into that feeling and now imagine that someone walks up to you and they offer to do anything for you. Just anything, any nice thing. They offer to buy you a coffee. Whoa. They offer to carry something heavy that you've got. They just try to make a conversation with you. And think about how good that would feel. And I hope that you'll carry that with you going forward when you see, any human who looks like they're struggling. But in particular, I'm just here to tell you that from experience, this is why I'm handling this new period so well, honestly, is because I went through the depression stage of that and the huge difficult adjustment of that early on when I had my son. It was a shock to me and it was very hard. And I learned so much and I've gotten so much better at it to where now I feel really equipped to handle this. And I really am looking forward to encouraging people and giving you guys everything that I can to help you. But I also do really want to take this opportunity to speak up for new parents and especially stay-at-home parents. This is what everyone goes through in those first few months, and it is brutal. And I just hope that while you guys live through this, it will help you to develop a sense of empathy and maybe a bit of a call to action to, going forward to do what little small thing that you can that, might just make someone's whole day feel important or worthwhile or just a human, an adult, So yeah, that's that for now. I don't want to make this too long. I could probably rant all day. But I really wanted to point that out to you guys, and I hope that it's well received. And if anyone has anything to add, especially if you yourself are a new parent going through this quarantine, I'd love to hear about that. Or if you're not a new parent now, but you were recently and you've got anything to add, or you want to share something that would be really helpful to you, because I'm a little bit out of that new stage now myself. So I kind of am already starting to forget things. So anything you guys have to share, let's do it. And, and I just want to close with this last remark, which is, I'm not trying to brag on myself here because I'm a mom, but moms are superheroes. And think about your mom. I hope that you had a great mom and a great relationship with her growing up. And think about that warm, safe feeling. I truly feel that most moms carry that with them, whether they're your mom or someone else's. And so when I tell you to reach out for someone else's sake, I really and truly believe it will be a mutually beneficial situation. And I feel that this is a light that will be shed on both parties. So yeah, fuck yeah, moms. Keep crushing it. And everyone new to isolation, I'm so sorry that you're here. And I hope that we can at least gain something somewhat positive out of it. All right, well, I hope to see you guys soon, hear from you guys soon. All right, bye.